Morning world, welcome to Friday 6th December and I'm starting the day with an accident. Yeah, it looks right until you get to there, and then not so much. So the story, according to Martin the Destroyer, he was just taking a couple of bits of dead out of quite a big sycamore tree, and he was up full height pretty much on our cherry picker to do this, on the new cherry picker. Got some news about that too. But on the way up to take this branch out, he felt a bit of resistance in the basket. He thought, what's that? What's that? And looked round, and basically he caught where the pole saw was sticking at the back of the basket. He hadn't noticed a branch on the way up. Pole saw caught the branch. Of course, the cherry picker's quite powerful, and it's just snapped the thing off. So as you can imagine, I'm not overly pleased about that, because that's basically a week's wages. A week's wages to repair that bloody thing. So I'm going to take it up to Nails of Garden Machinery and drop it in there, and they're just going to have to repair it. And then I'll come back and do my farm jobs. They finished with that already?
Must have done.
Yeah. So the local Lions borrowed our machine, so.
See, I was right.
Yeah.
Well, I pulled it.
Satisfying when you're right, innit? It's always satisfying when you're right and they're wrong.
This vehicle was absolutely ideal for that job.
Oh, was it?
Chuck them in, chuck them out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought.
Perfect.
We weren't using it, you might as well.
Perfect, mate.
Yeah. So.
And we didn't upset anyone either, did we?
We weren't trying hard enough.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Bit more effort next time with upsetting people. That's all it wants. Oh well, I'm glad it worked.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Right, that's the local Lions group. They just borrowed our truck for dropping off the Christmas trees up Wotton High Street that they're going to go and put up now. So that's why I had to hang around this morning, because I was waiting for them. Right, now we can go. Anyway, I was going to give you an update on the cherry picker, wasn't I? So I took it into Warren's yesterday, into the garage, and we had the cab over and we had a look at it. There are a couple of things that want doing. The electrical fault, we believe, is the alternator, mainly because the alternator is not charging at all. So, and we think it's sending strange signals, which is what's making the dashboard flash. So a new alternator has been ordered. It also has a leak on the power steering, but that's a perforation in one of the pipes, so we've got to replace a pipe. Nothing too serious there. And it does want on the rear hinges where it locks down, where the cab locks down, there's a bit of metal worm, and it's within so many inches of a seatbelt point. So they said it won't pass the MOT unless you have that repaired. But apparently, whatever it is, it's a common thing with that machine, that motor. And they said, we've got a guy who does that, and he's actually already been in and saw it there and looked at it and said, when do you want me to do it? And that's before I'd even got there. So yeah, all doable. So we're gonna have to spend a little bit of money on it, not a terrific amount. The guy who bought it off promised he was going to stand by it, and if there was any problems he would sort them out. I don't expect him to sort every last bit of it, but hopefully he's going to be true to his word. We'll see. Yeah, I think he's going to call me later on and we'll have a conversation. But the general consensus was, when it was up on the ramp, because the first thing I said, "Ooh, it's a 20-year-old machine, you bought a lemon," and then he got up on the ramp and said, actually, this is actually, for its age, it's in pretty good nick. So yeah, I don't think I bought a lemon. I just think we just started off with a bit of bad luck. So I'm driving up Old London Road on my way to Nailsworth, and I've just remembered they closed the road last week, and I remember seeing a sign a while ago that the road might be closed for a while, so I might regret coming this way. This might be another one of those jobs where it's a 20-minute trip, 25 minutes on a bad day to get to Nailsworth Garden Machinery. Might be a 45-minute trip today. Even longer if this guy can't work out where he's going. Oh, you're going to park in there, are you? Right, okay. Where's your doggies? Look. Doggies. That's not very friendly, is it? Alright. Yep, road is closed. Well then, why they couldn't tell us at the bottom of the road, I have no idea. You know, tell us at the bottom of the hill, not right at the top. Right, I'm going to take a risk and try the lanes. Last time I did this, I had to reverse half a mile. So I may well regret this decision. Yeah, it's narrow. Very few passing places once I get past here. So I've got 3/4 of a mile a minute of just lane, no passing places. And it really depends on where you meet somebody and who you meet. And you've got to make a decision of, are they capable of going backwards? Or is it just quicker to do it yourself? That's the last spot I can turn into. Right, I'm past halfway now, so if I meet somebody, they're going backwards, not me. The last time I did this, I turned right on the crossroads here, which takes you up the Devil's Elbow, which is normally not a problem up there in a small van. But if you've got somebody going up there who can't drive, then all of a sudden becomes a real problem. So we're not going to do Devil's Elbow, we're going to do Warren Hill this time, so which is a bit easier. Anybody with half a brain can get up there. Okay, if I was to turn right there, that would take you to the New Inn. Good place for eating when it's open. We're not going that way, we're going on up this way. Worley House. That's where Bill Thomas used to live, and that's where Martin, before he worked for me, he worked in there. Wonder if that giant ant's nest is still there. No. Dead. There used to be a giant wood ant's nest there. Huge it was. Past Tiger's place. If you live local, you'll know who Tiger was. If you don't, you'd have no idea. Right, Warren Hill. Ever been up Warren Hill? This is one of the steepest hills. It's not one of the steepest hills around here. Let's see if we can get up here without meeting anybody coming down. We'll keep it in second gear, plenty of power. Spent quite a lot of my childhood at round here with my mate Pookie Matthews. That's going back a few years. And there we are at the top. Right, turn left, go to Stinchcombe Golf Club or Dursley, turn right back towards Breakheart Quarry and Tetbury. Actually, you're a bit bigger, so we'll give you a bit more space. Good luck going down there. Yeah, so Breakheart Quarry is the ground on the side here. So it is an old stone quarry, and it used to be used by British nuclear fuels. And this is where they used to do the drop tests for the nuclear flasks. So for used nuclear fuel, they used to have these great big, huge steel, lead, whatever, flasks that they would put the rods in, the used rods in for transport. And it was in there. And what they used to do, I think, was to get a crane in there, and they'd lift these flasks up like 150 feet in the air and drop them. Right, phone call from Reg. We've been talking about sprayers. So I've been looking at a 12-meter boom machine because I thought that was kind of big enough for what we've done and what my tractor can handle. But Reg has been crunching numbers. He's been working out the losses, the difference between an 18 and a 12 meter, and he said it could be up to 20% difference in what we produce. That's quite a lot. That's allowing for tram lines, and the fact that obviously if I'm doing it with a tractor, I don't have the height of a self-propelled sprayer. So yeah, he's going up to 20% difference in the crop. So that's, I've got to think about that. So yeah, I kind of set myself on 12 meter, but I'm going to have a chat with him. Maybe 18 is the way to go, really, if my tractor can handle it. I can always put it on Reg's tractor though, couldn't I? That's a good idea. Well, apparently I'm not in a unique situation with a pole saw. Nails of Garden Machinery have had a plethora of machines in this week that have been dropped, run over, crushed, broken. So hopefully we'll have our pole saw back in the next week. So she said, do you want me to get a quote for it? I said, no, gotta have it, just do it, service it while you're at it, just do it. Right then, home. Cat'll need some fresh bed. Here it comes again. Right, just had a customer come in, pick up a little wood chip, only a little load, but pile is getting a bit too small for my liking, but yeah. And it started piddling down with rain again. So I'm halfway through sorting the cattle out. Bedded out the middle barn, just got to do the bottom one now. You don't need to watch me doing all of it because, well, you've seen it before and you are going to see it again. But yeah, just had another quote from John Rhodes. Obviously Reg has been talking to John Rhodes on my behalf because they've also sent me a quote for a second-hand 18-meter machine. And I've just got to go and check some stuff in my tractor to see what isobus I've got in there, see if I've got, they want to know if I've got a 7-pin isobus in my tractor. To be honest, I don't know. I've never used that plug. So I'm going to have to go in there in a minute and count the pins, or pinholes. And that's for speed, ground speed. If I don't have that, then they've got to put a speed sensor on my tractor if I use that machine, which is another 300 quid. But apparently 18 meter is the way to go. apparently. So do you remember the blue one we looked at the other day? Well, it might be that one. Right, before I can put some straw in, I've got to get the cal out. Move your bum, move your bum, move your bum, thank you. That's you, go on, go on. Right, I'll just get this lot shut in and then we'll get ourselves started. Come on, mind your backs, mind your backs. Oh, it's tight, it fitted. Come on, I want to give you a nice clean bed because tomorrow it's going to be bloody awful. So whatever I do tonight, or this afternoon, it's going to last until Sunday, I think. So 50-mile-an-hour winds, driving rain, just nasty. Come on. Go on. Go on then. Up you go. Well done. Thank you. Wouldn't want that any further away than that. Well, it's had a longer chain. Trying to get all that in one bucket, you know. Not quite. Enough of it. I don't want to take all the muck out of here, or the bedding, or the hay, because like I said before, it gives me like a slightly protective barrier for the stone floor. If I was to clean it off squeaky clean, then the tyres, because there's still quite new tyres in it, will just chew the stone up. So leaving a bit down is beneficial. Just one. So all this is for really is to just slow down the slurry, just hold it together a bit, make it less runny, because if the weather tomorrow is what they say it's going to be, it's going to get so a little bit there and a little bit here. Like I say, it's just mainly that, oh, a bit too much there. I wouldn't look at what I was doing. Scratch that forward a bit. How are we looking in here? Not too bad. I think it is just going to be a refresh job in here. That'll do. So you're going to come apart properly? Or you, no, you're not. No, you're going to come apart not properly. Not too much up there. Down here. So that will finish this bale off. I kind of made an allowance for 2 bales of straw a week, which I'm going to supplement with wood chip where I can. So this bale will not have lasted quite a week, but I'm kind of hoping also that as the bed gets a little bit deeper, the straw might last a bit longer. There's still quite a lot of cattle in there for the space. So a lot depends on the weather. If it stays dry, the bed will last for ages. Well, days. That with a fork. I think there was a little bit left in there, possibly from the last bale. So we'll get that in there while we can. It's not a lot, but it's more than an armful, so we'll have it. I'll need that. What? Of course they're going to eat probably half of this because it's on the floor. So no, that's the law. If it's on the floor, that means you're not supposed to eat it, which means it's probably the best stuff to eat. That's cow logic, that is. So I'm not doing too much between that gate and that gate. There's no point in putting bed in because that's the route through. They're going to walk up and down that, and as they walk up and down, they're going to crap all over it. So I don't actually why I chucked that bit there. That wasn't very clever. So we'll just put the bedding outside of the thoroughfare, if you like. Okay, that should be with the bedding the other side and the other side. All right, it means they can't all sleep together. I think that's half the problem. They don't like being separated by that wall, but there is plenty of dry, clean bed for everybody. And I mean everybody. So I think what I might do is if I let these 3 or 4 back in here, I'll have a little bit of a scratch hit in the yard. It's not terrible, but we had a lot of rain. I didn't show you the rain gauge earlier, but I think it was on, like, in the last 2 days we've had over 20 mil of rain. And some of it has definitely got inside, but it was coming from the northeast, so some of it blew in, some of it just drained in off the yard. I did that last night actually. Still got bits of plainness on it. It's not rolled, but I could see where the water was running, So I kind of decided to, yeah, change the levels out there a little bit, but it really wants rolling. Of course I ain't got a roller now, so it's not going to get done. Well, not with a roller, might get rolled a bit with a skid steer. Right, shut them out of there. Everybody can come back through here. I'll have a quick scratch out at the north yard, and that's it, we're more or less done. There's not much else I can do today, to be honest. You stay in there, all right? I know where to find it. You enjoying that? Are you? Stop digging holes in it. You got a little antler there. You look like you got a little antler on your right hand side. We got our TB test middle of the month, 16th. I think it's 16th of December. So yeah, just before Christmas. I'm hoping it's going to give me the best Christmas present, which would be a clear test. Hoping. Right, we're going to have a gentle scratch that yard. It's not going to be a hard one. It's going to be half a bucket full out of there. That's about all. Like I said, I want to leave a layer on the floor. The bit of wood chip that's in there, I might even refresh that a little bit on the way back, perhaps. Again, for the same reason, so I don't scuff up the stone. So we didn't concrete it. I can't go rough at it like I could if we'd concreted it. But if I treat it gentle, it should last until we let them out next year. Might be a bit more than half a bucket full. Actually, it might be a couple of bucketfuls.